Welcome everyone to Mindful Moments. I'm really excited today to introduce you to Rebecca Hayday. She is one of the developers and authors of the ThinkWise program, which I'll let her explain a little bit more about. But welcome, Rebecca. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Helen. It's lovely to be here joining you. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. So tell us, first of all, what is ThinkWise?
Sure. Essentially ThinkWise is a creative and critical thinking skills program for children from around 4 to 7 years old. The curriculum has been really quite carefully designed around 10 thinking structures that help develop skills such as reasoning, evaluation, problem solving, and imagination. And each of those structures is connected to a character to make the program really appealing for young children. So, for example, we have our first structure, which is Tell Me More, is connected to our little character Mary Moore. So it makes it very appealing for young children, and they can connect to the skills that they're thinking skills that they're learning. The program is also quite progressive in nature, so it's been very carefully structured so that children's thinking skills, the progression isn't natural through the program. But I think also ThinkWise is much more than just a pack. We like to think of it has a membership area. That when people buy the program, they become a member of our ThinkWise community, which is a lifetime membership. So in that sense, it's not a static program. It's something that we encourage people to participate in. We'll have training sessions and adding resources to it as well. So it's so it's quite a sort of a holistic program in that sense.
Great, yeah, amazing. So tell us, how did you get inspired to create this program? Where did that come from?
I think quite a number of things, really. Elmarie, who's the co-creator of the program, has always been very passionate about thinking skills, but worked more with the older age group, sort of in secondary, and I think recognised that these skills need to be developed much earlier for children. And for myself as an early years educator, obviously I recognise those windows of opportunity, for in young children, but also quite concerned about some of the things that are happening in early years with the push in phonics and the didactic teaching and things. And I'm much more Scandinavian in my approach, I think, and I think it's so important for children to have these opportunities to develop these essential skills that they're going to need. So for me, I was quite passionate about creating a program that supported that. I think as well, given the unprecedented situation that we're in at the moment, I think highlights the need that we have for creative and critical thinkers, whether it's, obviously the problems now with the virus, but whether it's climate change and those awful fires that were in Australia in January. We need children to solve these, to develop these skills that they will solve these problems in the future. So again, that was sort of an inspiration for me as well. And I think in this sort of challenging world as well, for children to have empathy, develop emotional intelligence and things, and that's certainly a very strong component of the program, although, it's essentially a thinking skills program. So that's threaded through. I probably couldn't not mention my daughter as an inspiration. She's 5 years old, and she challenges me every day really with the questions that she asks. And people say, well, maybe we'll just ask Google about that, shall we? Or, the things that she comes up with in terms of her questioning, her problem solving and things just amaze me really. And I think that children don't necessarily have those opportunities to explore those ideas, to be curious enough in school. So that the program certainly promotes opportunities for children to develop those skills and gives them a voice, to explore those. And I think finally, the excellent work done by Project Zero, Harvard University's projects was certainly an inspiration for the program as well. And some of those the thinking routines has been adapted and embedded as part of the program too.
Yeah, it's amazing how these things come together from, different collaborations, and as you said, I think, more and more we're going to need creativity and these thinking skills as we go into the future, and more jobs are done by robots and things. Those are the jobs that we're still going to have, are the ones that require those kind of things that we can't pass on to automated systems. So
Absolutely,
so important.
absolutely. It's sort of, that skill set, isn't it, rather than knowledge. You can get knowledge at the click of a button, but those skills, and they need to be embedded right from the early years.
Yeah. So Rebecca, I know there's a teacher program and a teacher pack and membership, and also there's another one for parents. So tell us a little bit about the benefits for parents or for teachers who may be watching when they think about your program.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll probably start with just the benefits for the children, which I think link back to obviously what I said, those skills and giving them that voice and those opportunities. And then the benefits for teachers, I think time is always such a challenge for teachers, and I think teachers will readily agree with the need for sort of supporting children's thinking skills and encouraging thinking skills, but don't necessarily have the time to plan something for it, or necessarily quite how to go about it in a systematic way. And I think what ThinkWise provides is a progressive and systematic approach that will enable teachers to teach these skills in a very interactive way, in a very appealing way, and in a very developmentally appropriate way as well. It can be integrated within any existing curriculum, because we're talking about universal skills. So we're very mindful of the fact that the activities that are presented within the curriculum link to multiple areas of the curriculum as well. So they enable children to develop and support other areas of the curriculum. There's story activities that will support literacy skills, there's maths activities, there's science and inquiry that we talk about, conservation. I mean, so many different aspects of learning are supported, through the program. So I think for teachers, it offers them that opportunity, as I say, to offer these, teaching activities or activities for children to develop those skills in a way that will be natural to in a way that's natural for them to teach in an early years classroom. I think it also provides an opportunity for professional development for teachers as well. We're keen that that's highlighted through the programme. There's a theory and practice guide that sits alongside the programme, and we're developing training videos to go as part of the membership area as well, that will enable teachers to grow and develop their ideas around thinking skills. There's an audit tool and a reflective journal that provides a tool to help teachers reflect on their current practice, and then think about how the improvements are happening, what's happening, to reflect on the outcomes that they're seeing within the children, and identify sort of next steps in their teaching as well. And also to connect with teachers in other countries, in other schools, through the membership area and through our Facebook group too. So I think there's a number of benefits for teachers. For parents, if the school is running the program, I think it creates a really natural link, homeschool link, to embed what's happening in the classroom back at home as well, so that learning is reinforced. But if a school isn't running it, and parents are buying this program independently, I think again it's in a similar way to teachers. It gives them a tool to know that how they can question children, how they can engage in activities with children that are going to support creative and critical thinking, again in an integrated way. So whether it's at night time, how you might use tell me more while you're inviting children to explain more while you're reading at night time, or whether it's looking at a photograph album and making connections to different parts of their life experience. And so there's or games in the car. There's lots of different exciting activities for parents to try.
It's a great program with so many different resources and things. So, Rebecca, can you maybe just share one of the strategies? I know you've mentioned a few, but maybe just tell us about one of the strategies that maybe your daughter really likes to try at home.
Yeah, it's probably the one that just comes to mind. If I can just find him here. This is our second character. This is Lucky Luke, and he sits alongside the structure of Take a Close Look. So this structure encourages children to really look at details. In the pictures of him, he quite often has a magnifying glass, so he's looking at small details in a picture. So we've been doing we found a snail in the garden, and we were looking at all the little details of the snail and thinking about what is it this possibly for. So we noted his little eyes on the, what his shell was for. So it gave us the opportunity to talk about small details. But Lucky Luke also enables children to, once they know one detail, to look at another detail and then to connect them. So it's sort of helping children to understand that our thoughts grow and change over time as well. So we saw something and we might think this, but now we see this. So actually, perhaps we think this now. And so it helps children with that metacognition of understanding of how our thoughts progress over time, as well as encouraging those observation skills as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's great. So we'll have the links on how you can find out more about the teacher program and the parent program. Both of them have a digital option and a physical option that ships everywhere in the world. So we'll have all that information in the comments, and then if you also want to ask any questions, feel free to add them to the comments, and I think Rebecca or Elmarie be happy to answer any questions that come through about the product. And we'll also be running a webinar soon, which you'll find out the details of in our Facebook group and through email. So look out for that too. And anything else you want to add, Rebecca, before we finish today?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we'd just be happy to hear from people if they'd like to hear more about the program. And do look at the website. We have some testimonials there to hear what some of the teachers and the children actually say about the program, because I think they're our best advocates. Really, there's a little video of a little boy a school in South Africa who's trying it and who says, I love ThinkWise. It's just making my mind just bigger and bigger. I've got so many ideas in my head, and I think that this is why we're doing it. We're passionate about education and helping children expand their ideas and to learn. So they're our biggest advocates.
That's awesome. I love that. Well, thanks so much, Rebecca, for sharing and for creating this amazing program for preschoolers.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you so much.